Greetings, members, one and all of the Salivation Nation. Silver has to pass a couple of tests before we can really say it's in a bull market. So let's explore and find out some of the reasons why we should be cautiously optimistic about silver's price increases as of late and if they will continue. Yes, most of us have been pretty excited, even as buyers, to see the price of silver increase as such and perform in many ways better than gold in terms of a percentage-wise over the last week or so. And it's been encouraging, but I don't think enough time has really passed before we can really gauge the performance of silver, especially in terms of its ratio and how wide it has been for quite some time between gold. You know, the gold to silver ratio did peak at almost 93 to 1 recently, and silver has languished for quite a while. And it's been about 2 years since we've seen, silver get up above $18 an ounce. And so that has many people questioning silver in terms of its use as a monetary or a hedge, a monetary metal. That most of us know that silver's been used as money since about 700 BC. However, silver has not been used as a currency since about 1964 here in the United States, and to a lesser degree, debasement has occurred in the late 60s and a lot of other countries in the early 70s. But nonetheless, here we see silver, and it has made its move up and down, and there's been another period of time where silver has kind of languished for quite some time. In fact, I would say probably even longer than we have seen this time. But I believe that this time is slightly different because we are seeing silver being used so widely in various different applications. Before, silver was the main metal used in many in industrial applications, but especially in the photography industry. Now that it's been replaced by many different electronics, biomedical, and a lot of different applications there. So silver is basically seen as a commodity. And here recently we have seen a divergence from that, and silver following suit with gold and performing better and by the price movements. And I think a lot of that has been ETF involvement. A lot of people putting their money in ETFs and hedging their bet, thinking that silver is undervalued. But is it really undervalued? You've heard me talk about that silver preserves your wealth, and it preserves your wealth in the long term. It's the more volatile of the two metals, with gold being the ultimate hedge. But there are times where it doesn't quite perform to the standard or to what the rate of inflation would be, but that's based off of some measures, and other measures it does. And silver also tends to outperform gold in times when it hikes up. But is this time different? Should we be cautious about our predictions and about where we think silver is going to go in the coming months and into the next year here? I would say yes. Let's be cautious and see where it goes, because what happens if gold continues to stay up or even climbs up a bit more and silver drops back some? Even back to the point where it may not go back down to $14, $15 an ounce. However, it could be one of those things where gold climbs up and silver languishes where it is now, to the point where there is a 90 to 93 to 1 ratio again. There was a time when the gold to silver ratio was, I think, around 99 or 100 to 1. So it's not like it hasn't happened before, but this time we have to prepare for the possibility that it could, based off of sentiment in the futures markets and the like. However, that could change. That very well could change if there is increased demand in the physical markets. That's the markets that you and I engage in. That's the beautiful thing about this metal. It is a wonderful metal to collect and to hold. And that is what we are about here. So it will be interesting to see, and I believe it will only be the physical markets that save silver. And so an increase in demand in the physical markets. There has been an increase in American Eagle sales, which is the most popular bullion coin out there, the American Silver Eagle. And this coin here is increasing to not a great degree, but it is increasing in demand. And we will see that increase probably continue, especially if prices do flow upwards. And that will potentially cause the price movement to shift and the ratio to tighten up. But I believe that it's going to take movement and activity in the physical markets. And really, we've not seen enough of it in the physical markets, I believe, yet to really have a difference. What we've seen in the price movements is because of the exchange-traded funds. You know, you've heard me talk about that in other videos. It's happening to platinum right now as well. But really, it's going to take, I think, a push in the physical markets. Now, before the crisis of 2007, 2008, there was very lackluster demand for many, many years for American Silver Eagles and silver bullion in general. But ever since the prices spiked up in 2011, though the demand had waned quite a bit, and even with the advent of cryptocurrencies, decentralized digital currencies out there making their way, still the demand for eagles and silver in general is up above before the time of the economic crisis, the downturn, the recession, the Great Recession of 2007, 2008. So make no mistake, we're not seeing the highs that were there from about 2010 to 2012, 13, where it really started to drop off. However, we are still seeing a great demand and an awakening. I think really some people are continuing on, and we're seeing as evident in channels here on YouTube. There's more and more people talking about silver these days than ever before. And really, that's the bottom line. If the ratio does widen again, I believe that it provides an opportunity, and I believe that it could be a matter of time if and only if the demand picks up in the physical markets. If the ratio does widen a bit and it stays that way for a while, well, then that just, I believe, means that there is a lull in the silver markets, in the physical silver markets, and obviously in the exchange traded funds as well. And we'll see how that plays out. But I believe with the price movements upwards, people are seeing an opportunity here. And but could that last? Will people see it as an opportunity? Will people see silver as a hedge, against economic instability? Perhaps so. But I don't want to say that will be the case for sure. I believe it is, and I'm holding on to my silver. I don't sell it. I hang on to it just in case. But who knows? It's been encouraging over the last week or so to see the prices of silver outperform on a percentage basis gold. Will it continue? I hope so. To me, that is a sign, at least in the electronic markets, that people are seeing silver as a hedge. But it also could mean that people are seeing silver as a speculative opportunity. And that's where we could get burnt in predicting these outrageous and high silver prices to come, especially if they just see it as a speculative play, because I don't see it as such, as an investment at all. I see it as a insurance policy, a hedge against economic instability, which is why I tend to buy even when the prices continue to go up a bit. So there you go. Post your thoughts below, what you think about this situation with silver, and whether or not this will continue, the bull run on silver here, if it will outperform gold. And what do you think? If the ratio will tighten, will that affect your buying habits, even if silver goes up, but it doesn't go up nearly as fast as gold, and the ratio gets up into the 90s again? Are you still a buyer of silver? Do you still have faith that it is a hedge against economic instability, or do you feel that it has become more of a commodity than anything else these days? Let me know what you think in the comment section below. We'd like to extend a multitude of gratitude, y'all, for watching and encourage you to please rate, share, comment, and subscribe.